Gets the green flag as they head on down the Elko Straight down towards Shell Quarter. Very hard to see who's actually leading with all the mist that's spray that's being kicked up by the cars.
I guess this first couple of laps, everybody is just want to take it easy. You don't need to pull too many positions. You've just got to go out there and turn them over. As the cars all head up to NGK Auto Action Corner.
As the first car comes up around NGK Corner, Tony, it looks like that Davison's still out in front. He was the pole sitter, of course. Sitting back in second spot, David Lyons in car number 1, and car 33 still in third spot. That's where he started. Of course, Neville Haley, which I think, from memory, John Blanchard behind the wheel for the first session.
John Blanchard is behind the wheel, and as they go up Holden Straight, John's decided that he wants to get to the front of his pack. He heads to the top and takes his first victim. John now into second place as they head up over the top of Holden Hill, down into XR8, XR6 corner for the first time.
Aussie Newhouse has got his car going, so they've fixed that alternator problem, so they're back and joining the fray, well, perhaps 3/4 of a lap behind the leaders.
Now this is where the fun's going to be on that first time around XR6, XR8 corner. So far everybody is around nice and clean. They'll be just taking this nice and easy for the first few laps.
Well, it certainly doesn't look nice and clean through the binoculars, Tony. I've got to tell you, there's a couple of cars going sideways around that corner.
Here we come around to the Australian Grand Prix corner. For the first time around the Elko Gas Straight.
Davison out in front with the Neville Haley car with John Blanchard at the wheel in second spot as they come down. About to cross the start-finish line for their first lap here for the 3 hour.
Davison, Haley, Lyons, Chicachopo are the first 4 cars across the line as they head down once again to Shell Corner. And it looks like we've lost our own handle up here. And the rest of the field follow through.
They're heading up, yeah. As they get around NGK Corner, head up the back straight for the second time. Still the lead hasn't changed, Tony, with Davison out in front. And of course Blanchard sitting in second spot. First car into the pits, of course, the Lexus.
Yes, it certainly was. But here we go. Look at this as we go up the back straight, and John Blanchard is absolutely on fire. And at this stage, I would have thought everybody would have sat back for a little while. As they got quite close, John tried to go down the inside of the Davison car, second time around, but he was not given any room there at all to get through.
Absolutely not. Blanchard putting some pressure on Davison as they head around under the Dunlop Bridge. The cars get a little bit sideways out of that corner, the XR6, XR8 corner.
I think that's going to be one of the spots today where we'll see quite a few people trying to get through under brakes. As we saw a couple of cars pick up a position or two there, but coming through once again, Davison, Haley in that first and second spot right now, and just starting to make a little bit of a break on the field. See across the line for the second time. Car 33 leading across car 98.
Tim Diombrain, a name that's been involved in HQ racing for quite a while, dropped back to 9th place, did start off in 6th, so whether he's just pacing himself and just settling himself down and just waiting to see what the pack is going to do. The boys are pretty much spreading themselves out now.
Car 8, the car of Perthfried, involved in an accident. The car is damaged in the front. The radiator looks okay, and I'd say they'll be back out in a couple of moments. So lap 2 was the first car in, lap 2.
Who had lap 2?
Yep,
Right.
that was me. Thank you. I'll take that. Well, the fastest car out on the track is, of course, the Haley Blanchard car, which are lapping in 1 minute 57 seconds, which is still pretty quick when you consider the conditions. Well, Colin, John Blanchard makes a big move up the back straight over the Holden Hill, gets out in front of Davison Press car. So John Blanchard out in front as they head around XR8, XR6 corner. That was a fantastic move, Tony.
It certainly was, and that was what John wanted to do early in the race, was do as many laps as they can. He wanted to just get out in front and try and pull away from everybody. But the Davison car, I don't know that they're going to let him get away all that easily. He will be sticking as close to John's tail as what John was sticking to his tail earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, John Blanchard, no stranger to sedan racing, has been racing for quite a while.
Yes, he certainly has. But the other thing that's good about having John in the car, that Neville Haley, who's getting into the car next, has also been turning some very quick times this weekend. So if Neville gets the car while it's in front, he is totally at ease in the car. Yep. He's driven very well in the wet, so this is not going to upset him too much at all.
No, that's for sure.
The Auto Track car, of course, did a wonderful job at Bathurst just a few weeks ago. Yep. With Neville behind the wheel, and he's proved that he can drive fast. He had wet weather to contend with up there, and he's going to be able to get into the car in a condition that he knows the car is going to be in good shape.
There's some interesting races within this race, and quite a few cars showing a little bit of battle scarring already, with the fronts of the grills being knocked right out.
John Blanchard at this stage showing that he's got this race in control. He still has 2 hours 48 minutes to go, but at that 12-minute mark, 6 laps down, they're looking quite the goods out there. The Davison car, the 33 car, is not giving up at all. They are going to stick right to his tail. And it looks like, Craig, we have a car off over there at XR8, XR6 corner.
Yes, certainly do, Tony. Looks like 71 by the looks of things.
Car 71.
The Ken Lee car, which is sitting in the gravel pit.
Now it'll be quite interesting to see whether we pull a yellow flag to get the car out of there, because that could be very much deemed to be a dangerous position. We have another car off down there as well.
Yep, certainly do. Trying to pick up the number. Certainly becoming a car park down there at the moment.
Cool.
The Bobby McGee car, front end damage, trying to get the mudguard off the wheel. The Yulden Whincup car, rear panel damage onto the left rear tyre. They've fixed that and got it back out. So quite a few cars with some damage. The one off right now as we're talking, entering onto the Alco Gas Main Straight. The 24 car, if you watch it when it goes past, it's got a huge amount of damage as well.
All over in the sandpit, the car that's just gone off is car number 25, Dale Ewald and Maury Platt.
We now have 3 cars down there.
Yeah, and we've also got the safety car going out on the track right now. I can see the flashing lights down there, so this will be a caution period, no doubt.
Yes, it's. I can just see, Cole, the flags are out. Looks like a full course yellow at this stage.
The Ward Holmes car, that's got some braking problems, and the moment they touch the brake pedal, the car just does U-turns. Not very nice out there in the wet. Believe me, there's nothing they could do to fix it at that point. They came in, had a quick look, and I think they're just going to persevere. But the way that it throws itself, it just locks up the front and tries to turn the car sideways.
Well, obviously still under caution as they're getting the last of the cars out of the sandpit. Car 71, which looks like it's got a fair bit of front panel damage as well. Of course, we've had some pretty big names in that sandpit Even at the 500 where Peter Brock on the second lap of qualifying put it into there.
Absolutely, didn't he? Big time, Craig.
Oh, this looks like the
Pace car pulls off.
the pace car actually got itself a touch sideways.
Well, so under race conditions, once again they get the green flag, and of course it's John Blanchard out in front with Keith Davison trying to get up on the inside as they head down the straight and move out of my view.
Well, they enter into the shell corner. Can actually see it from where we are down here. Then they disappear for a little bit, but still leading is John Blanchard. Blanchard in the front position. He's able to pull the car right up into NGK. You'll get a better view of that in a few moments as he comes up to NGK, but Blanchard's still in front, still that 1.5 car cushion, and that's a nice little cushion at the start or the restart of the race. It's amazing how there's a huge gap in the field as the 48 car goes past us right now. For the restart, they must have just sort of got dropped back a long way. Chicachopo was making a move on Carl Troffer, and looks like he'll want to pick him up at the end of the main straight.
Yeah, Chicachopo looking at getting into third spot. He's sitting back in fourth. Once he gets into third, of course, he'll look at tackling the two leaders.
See the Tim Diombrain car up into 8th place. He slipped back a little bit further earlier, but into 8th place. And they'd be quite happy with that as we turn over lap 17. And keep on trucking, but the guys at the front of the field, the first 8-10 cars actually are sort of hanging in there quite nicely, and they're not letting them get away all that much, are they, when you have a look up there, Craig?
Well, the two leaders certainly have a large gap back to third.
Actually, one of the cars that just went past there sounded a little bit on the rough side, Cole.
Been like that for a couple of laps in actual fact, yeah, and yet hasn't lost much pace.
Well, the other car which we've been watching this afternoon, which I've just lost on the screen here, is the Marshall Brewer car, which is the number 16 car. Started off in, where did they start off?
In 28th spot.
28th spot. And they'd be pretty happy. They've picked up 3 spots since the start of the race. Those guys would be fairly happy with that little bit of luck running their way.
Yeah.
Carl Troffer's really being swamped by just about everybody there as Chicachopo got past him. Now he's being under pressure again, and we see the Blethell car take him, and the Green O'Rourke car looks like it may pick him. So Carl Troffer had that third spot for quite some time, but unfortunately lost it.
We have had a lead change. Haley, or I should say Blanchard back in second spot. So obviously lost some ground down around the bottom straight round shell corner.